What's happening?
Sauce Twins, Too Tall.
What's going on? Too Short.
Hey man, we're back. It's been a very eventful
Man,
events.
You know what I love? You know what I love about the facility here at Sacrifice Training? You know what I love about it?
Talk to him.
We have some heated conversations in here. But everybody leaves
unbothered or what's another word?
We still be loving each other.
Yeah. The family.
Yeah. Our conversations family. Be heated now. They not for the fair-hearted.
Nah. We done had some folks. A few ain't been able to make it through the conversations.
But that's what I like. That's what I like about the facility, though. Like we do have those conversations about politics and beliefs and all of that. But that's what makes the place so special. We don't separate it. We still have those conversations here and still walk away with love.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody. I still got to spot you on your squat, so you better have I still got to spot your squat. Now I know we don't agree on this particular topic, but I still got to spot you. But yeah, that's what I like about here. We have our members, they speak their mind and we speak ours, and even amongst each other, we don't always agree, as a staff. That's just
but
what it is.
But at the end of the day, is no love is lost.
Nah. We're all good. It's good. It's Gucci. Yeah, it's Gucci.
So what y'all think? I know y'all thinking about it. Y'all know we gonna talk about it.
What?
Y'all think he should get charges pressed against him or what?
Oh, no charge. No.
Huh?
Stays inside of the football realms. No criminal charges. Come on. What are we doing? We're going to go criminal charges?
In a violent game?
Hey, we ain't going criminal charges, bro. Look. Rudolph played a horrible game. That boy threw 4 picks. Don't forget that. He was frustrated.
That's where everything stems from.
And they was getting their butt kicked. And he got on the ground after he was getting tackled and was trying to rip off Myles Garrett.
He had enough. That was it. That was his tipping point. That was his tipping point. He was acting like a child, to be honest. Let's just be real. He was acting like a little boy. Then Myles Garrett ripped his off and was walking away. 2 Steelers teammates were pushing Myles Garrett back and he was walking away. And he was done with it.
He was done. But here comes Rudolph again, looking like Buddy off of Shining. He's looking like Buddy off of Shining. And then Myles bopped him with his helmet.
Myles was just trying to put his helmet back on.
Right.
That's it. He trying to put his helmet back on. Hey, don't act like this is the first time y'all done seen something like this.
You remember 2 years ago, 3 years ago, however long it was, when the player was laying on the ground and Gronkowski threw after the play, speared 6'7", 260 pounds, speared a man on the ground in his back and head.
But ain't nobody was talking about it.
Criminal charges.
Talking about no criminal charges, and that he should be banned from the league.
Come on now, banned from the league. Come on, y'all.
So now it's a 1 strike you out.
Nah. But the interesting thing is this. The league already has a rule in place for the very thing that happened. You cannot, if you use the helmet as a weapon, there's a 15-yard penalty and the player gets kicked out of the game. That is already in place.
So then where are these suspensions and stuff coming from?
Because that's what the NFL does. The NFL doesn't follow the rules that they have already set in place.
So they picking and choosing.
They pick and choose and they change. Yes.
That's the problem.
You had what's his name? Hainsworth stomped on Buddy's head
was it a Dallas game, I think? Stomped on Buddy's head, which caused like 20 or 30 stitches or something. Bloody Buddy up. And he just got a few games, 4 games suspension. I can understand suspending Miles for the rest of the year. I can understand that. But that's it.
But
that's it.
But what happened to Rudolph? Did anything? Did he get
just
a suspension?
got a fine.
He just got a fine.
He just got a fine. You know. So yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because he should be suspended too.
At least a game. For me, if you are willing to threaten Odell and you're willing to threaten Jarvis Landry and say that they will not be, or Cam Newton, and try to tell them they can't play in a game because of shoes they have on, you're going to put that in the same field because of the shoes that you're wearing. You won't be able to play. You better switch your shoes or we're not going to allow you to play. Well, Matt Rudolph can start this entire thing, and y'all know he was frustrated and mad. That's why he was ripping. And then gonna try to say his hand got stuck. Y'all better chill. Y'all miss me with that. That's what I don't like about all of it, guys. Right or wrong, your team or not. Your team or not. You know right from wrong. Come on, y'all.
In the heat of the moment, I probably would have bopped him too. In the heat of the moment.
To me. If he didn't have that helmet in his hand, he probably would have punched
hit him. Yeah,
but he did have the helmet in his hand. I'm not saying he right. I'm saying he is wrong. He was wrong for what he did. But criminal charges, you've gone too far.
Because in these other sports, you got hockey, baseball,
bro.
Boy, baseball they throw in
100 mile per hour, 90 mile per hour ball at somebody's head
on purpose.
Come on now. I know that's within the game, kind of. That's kind of within the game.
That's not in the game.
But you know,
aiming at somebody's head.
But let's just
miles per hour with a baseball.
But let's just go back though. You know, when they out there fighting, I don't see these same kind of names when they fight in baseball. I don't see criminal. I don't see that pop up.
Well, I went to a hockey game. My first hockey game I ever went to. First of all, hockey is probably the best sport to watch in person.
That's what I hear.
But they fight so much. I'm talking about every 30 seconds. I don't even think they show all the fights on TV. They can't. But it's what? I guess that's the norm?
Yeah, it's the norm. Now I know it's out the norm to swing a helmet.
Yes,
we're not dismissing
that it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, 6 games, whatever the case. Let him ride off. He missed the rest of this year. Move on
and let him come back.
Yeah, period. Come on now.
Like
let's miss.
Talking about is he ever gonna play in the league?
Come
again?
On.
What?
Who's saying that?
What do you mean? If he ain't playing in the league,
come on now.
That's I don't know.
People like, well, if that was Tom Brady, he'd be. Well, Tom Brady wouldn't have Tom Brady wouldn't have tried to pull his helmet off.
Wouldn't try to hit him in the nuts.
Kicked him. Tom Brady not finna try to pull Myles Garrett's.
Right. What is he thinking though?
He was hot, and then he had the nerve at his press conference to say this is Bush League and he's a bully. Bully? You. I was hot. When I heard him say that, I was like, so you gonna start a fight, then get beat up,
and then
play the victim and call somebody a bully? What grown man is calling another man a bully? You sound like
been getting tagged all night.
A chump.
He been getting tagged all night.
Matt Rudolph is a chump. Call him something else on here, but we keep it classy on this show.
Silly.
I couldn't believe that. I could not believe, but y'all know where I'm going with this. Imagine if Cam Newton would have tried to pull his helmet off. Imagine if Cam Newton, the narrative would be so much different.
Totally. But we know this.
We know that already.
You know, we know.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, that's just, you know, it's funny.
Hey, Miles, just take a time off, man. Regroup.
Yeah, come back. Come back stronger next year, man.
Back.
You know.
Come back. Rudolph. I don't really know what to tell you. Just, keep fighting. Good fight, my guy.
You need to get you a quarterback coach. Something. Because you're looking about the same as you did in college. And I can't believe they drafted you first round. We ain't gonna get into all that.
Yeah, that's another debate right there.
But
what's up with my what you was about to say?
Man.
What? But nothing.
Yeah, what's up with him?
I was just about to talk about my boy Kaep.
Kaep?
Young Kaep. Here's my dilemma. Here's my problem and my issue.
Okay.
He's been out for 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? So, 2 things. Why now? And why is it when somebody else is sitting out and been out the game for a season or 2 seasons?
They can just come right back in without a
They coming back in and they starting without no workout.
Yeah.
They're behind. They're replacing Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
But this guy, we got to see him. We got to see him work out.
Well,
why?
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I think it was very odd, anyways, that the NFL would try to surprise Kaep with this workout on a Saturday, the day before the game. Then not allow it to be recorded. It needed to be recorded, and the waiver wasn't agreed upon. And how can I trust, after everything they've already been through, how could he trust the league to make sure to push the correct narrative in this situation? So that was the thing. Like, he's struggling. Like, of course he wants to play ball, right? So he's trying to get back into the league. And he didn't want them to control the narrative with the waiver that they didn't agree on, and it wasn't going to be transparent with no film. Come on now. We need to make sure it's being done right. But there was a few teams that still went. I want to say 8 or 9 teams still went to the other location or whatever the case may be. But what I'm finding interesting is this. All of the negative talk about Kaep in this one is not on NFL Network.
They ain't putting it on.
They're not talking negatively about Kaep, about moving that workout.
Yeah.
There's been nothing. It's only been like Stephen A. and a few other people that have spoken negatively about it on social media. I personally have not seen, every time they show it, they're just saying the NFL was disappointed that, first of all, it was weird they worded like NFL was disappointed that Kaep didn't show up. That's what they said on ESPN, I think. Yeah.
What they mean?
That's all they said. He didn't show up for his workout. That's what it said, right? So I was just like, okay. He is showing that he had a workout, and GMs and personnel that were there were speaking well about him. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But whenever it comes to people actually talking about it on NFL Network, not seeing them really talk negatively about any of the situation. I haven't seen it yet. It's only been like Stephen A. on ESPN, and just social media talk has been negative, I don't know. That was the conversation that we had this morning, was about Kaep. I
don't know, man. I don't know.
People get
it's been a long road.
Yeah, it has been a long road. But people get so heated about Kaep. For me, it does hurt a little bit when I ask the question that, do people believe that there's a problem with our justice system? And is there any issue with the alarming rate of unarmed black men being killed? And their answer is no. That does bother me, because that continues to tell me that even though as polarizing as this whole event has been, you have not dived. You have not.
Yeah.
jumped in there to find out what is true, what is really going on, what is really happening. So,
but it's happening, right? It's happening.
Yeah, but
like you can't say that
you,
it's not.
But happening. You can choose to still be in your own bubble.
Yes,
and you can choose to protect your comfort. And for me, for the life of me, I cannot understand how someone can look at someone else and tell them when there's the right time to fight for justice, or when should you fight for freedom. Well, this is football. He's rich. He doesn't. Well, you know what? He's using his platform to fight for people that don't have a platform, voices that would never be heard.
Right.
So my thing is you sound really selfish right now saying, I just want to watch football. You worry about that another time. So my response is this. Take to the streets and riot. You don't fight for justice that way. Sit quietly on the bus.
You still don't do it that way.
You don't do it that way. Go to jail. Take a knee. He was asked to take a knee by an Army vet, if you remember. Asked to take a knee. Don't do it that way.
So then how we do it?
How we fight for justice?
And when is the right time to fight for justice?
There is no right time. The time is now.
Right now.
That's the right time. So that's my issue, is like, people get into their feelings about this. I hate Kaep. Kaep is a POS and all of that stuff. That really burns me, because that just tells me like
they don't. It's like they not understanding.
They don't choose to understand
what's really going on.
They don't choose to understand
or what the motive is.
They choose not. You know what was said? Well, he wore those shoes with the pigs on the. So okay, so you can be mad about that. But is that more important than an unarmed black man constantly being killed? I am seeing someone that looks like me constantly being killed, unarmed.
But I'm not supposed to say nothing about it.
No, when do you fight for it?
Because I'm playing football.
Yeah, you playing football. You're fine. You're a millionaire. You know what?
I should just be quiet.
Yeah, you should just be quiet, and you don't fight for people that don't have a voice. You turned out okay. So just. You don't worry about them.
So who's supposed to say something? But that's what I said, right? That's what I said earlier. I said, so the only person that's supposed to even say anything then,
who can,
should be these politicians.
Who? What?
Nobody else should say anything, right? My boy Rome is the camera guy, so he just needs to do the cameras. And
don't nobody say nothing about nothing.
Say nothing about
right. So my question. Why can't you say something then? That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm asking. So he can't say nothing about fighting for justice, but you can say something about you need to stop fighting for justice. What's the deal?
Just do what you're doing. Don't say nothing about nothing.
But see, that's the problem. They can't. The thing is that it's not going to work that way. It's going to work when all sides come in together and say there is a problem here. We need to try to make this right. We have to work together, but constantly. People are choosing to say, that's a little. I just want to. I'm gonna turn my back to that, and that's what's constantly going on. But what's amazing to me is this too. The point of a protest is to be heard and to be seen. You don't protest in your bedroom in the closet. That's not a protest.
What's going out?
That's not a protest. How am I going to be heard if I choose to do it when nobody's looking? What are you saying right now?
I'll tell you this. He done brought a lot of awareness.
And then, that's the thing, bro. This was burning me, bro. Another thing that was said today.
Or else you wouldn't even be talking about it.
Another thing that was being said today. Well, I wish he would tell everybody what he's doing in the community. You ain't been listening. You have not been listening. You have not dug in. You have chosen to listen to one side. I listen to both sides. Yeah. I dive deep in both sides. You choose to kind of stick around one side and just listen to that side. If you really want to know what Kaep's done, you would see. Pledged $1 million, done a lot.
Stupid. stupid. And then gave up a lot.
People saying he being selfish. He gave up
up
something
a
that he didn't
lot.
work for his whole career.
You don't think Kaep thought to himself, if I don't take a knee, I'll be all right. Let's not just take a knee. And if he ain't did it, he'd be in the league right now. Making stupid money. But he chose the different route, the not norm route.
The most patriotic thing you can do is fight for this country to be better.
But he's not patriotic. You know what I'm saying? He's not patriotic.
But yeah. But we ain't talking about the paid patriotism from the Department of Defense, who pays the NFL for patriotic events. Y'all call that patriotism? That's not patriotism. We're not going to talk about the real rules that were set by the forefathers on how to protect the flag, which is not to put the flag in a horizontal position. We do that every single Sunday. It doesn't say you got to stand for the flag or for the national anthem.
Worried about that.
To me, if you cannot identify the reason of his protest at this point, and I'm telling you, and Cap's telling you, and you see it, and it's so funny because people say your actions are bigger than your words. But when you look at his actions and the things that he's done, regardless of what kind of shirt you might see him wear, you look at his actions, you can say that he is fighting. He's on the front lines. Say what you want. But Kaep is like the MLK of our time. Yeah. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. And if you want to know something I'm going to leave y'all with today? Back when Martin Luther King was on the streets fighting for our rights, fighting for equality, there were a lot of people that were on the other side. But today they can retrospect and look back and say, Martin Luther King was such a great man. Would you been on Martin Luther King's side if you were back then? It seems like you wouldn't be. Because that's the same thing Cap's fighting for now. See what I'm saying? So you're on the other side of this. Now it's going to be interesting to look back at history and you look back and say, well, what was Kaep fight?
It's going to be I understand.
Yeah.
Now.
People are like, how could you not support Kaepernick in this movement? Just like,
how could you not?
I don't know. But guess what? Today everybody's saying, Martin Luther King this, Martin Luther King that. But if you were back then when Martin Luther King was doing it, okay, when he was protesting, when he was blocking the streets from you making it to work on time, okay, would you have been in support of it then? Because right now we're right in the middle of it. We're right in the middle of it, and you're on the other side.
It amazes me. How can you not realize what this man is trying to accomplish?
And is actually putting his money to work, putting his status to work.
At that point, I just feel like you just don't want to.
I know you've seen the NFL campaigns now. They're even doing campaigns on education and support and in the justice system and all of that stuff. They've made some changes. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me. How it's just all it is a comfort thing, though.
Yes,
it's a comfort thing, and it's a choice. At this point, it is a choice. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, like you not listening. You're not listening.
It's crazy. I can't even wrap my mind around it.
So I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna leave you.
I'm gonna love you.
Sauce Twin ass. Oh no, hashtag ass Sauce
This
Twins.
boy don't even know, y'all.
I know. Just add my words.
Turn your notifications on. Share.
Holla at your guala.
What will you sacrifice to be great?